Listen, man, what we have just witnessed, I am personally labeling the weakest move in hip hop history. I have studied the game as far as things that came before my time, things during my time, and things that are happening even now. And out of everything I have seen in the history of hip hop, this has to be the weakest shit I have ever seen. And I mean ever. Boy, oh boy, let's just watch this apology in case you haven't seen it, and then let's talk about it.
So I'm so proud of that project, except for one part. It's one part of that shit that make me feel like, man, that's the lamest shit I ever did in my fucking life, right? And I know this is not what a lot of people want to hear. I know I can hear my niggas up there right now like, nah, don't do that. But I got to keep it 100 with y'all, right? Because I got the world and I got my niggas like, what you gonna do, Cole? Even answer my shit. Nigga, it's wartime, boom, boom, right? Niggas want to see blood. And I was conflicted because, one, I know my heart, you know what I mean? And like, I know how I feel about my peers, these two niggas that I just been blessed to even stand beside in this game, let alone chase their greatness, right? So I felt conflicted because I'm like, bro, I know I don't really feel no way, but the world want to see blood. I don't know if y'all can feel that, but the world want to see blood. So I say all of that to say, in my spirit of trying to like get this music out, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I moved in a way that I feel spiritually feel bad on me. Like I try to like jab my nigga back and I try to keep it friendly. But at the end of the day, when I listen to it and when it comes out and I see the talk, that shit don't sit right with my spirit. That shit make me feel, that shit disrupts my fucking peace. So what I want to say right here tonight is in the midst of me doing that and in that shit, trying to find a little angle and downplay this nigga's fucking catalog and his greatness, I want to say right now tonight, how many people think Kendrick Lamar is one of the greatest motherfuckers to ever touch a fucking microphone? Dreamville, y'all love Kendrick Lamar, correct? As do I. So I just want to come up here and be like, publicly be like, bruh, that was the lamest, like, goofiest shit. And I say all that to say, it made me feel like 10 years ago when I was moving incorrectly. And I pray that God aligned me back up on my purpose and on my path. You know what I mean? I pray that my nigga really didn't feel no way. And if he did, my nigga, I got my chin out. Take your best shot. I'm going to take that shit on the chin, boy. Do what you do. You know what I mean? Like, all good. Like, it's love. And I pray that the past 2 days felt terrible. Like, it let me know how good I've been sleeping for the past 10 years.
I mean, I don't even know where to start. I'll start with the public narratives that I'm not even going to go into. I just might even put some stuff on the screen, might not. I don't know. But let's just get everybody else out the way. Academics has been going crazy. You know, Reason from TDE said, I don't know, man. Just, I don't know. Punch from TDE just tweeted out, LOL, period. All in lowercase, if I'm correct. You know, Hit Boy said, I think it's over. And who knows what Hit Boy was talking about. I don't know if he was talking about the essence of hip hop or just hip hop. I don't know what Hit Boy was talking about, but we can allude to, or, you know, we can assume that he's alluding to something with this J. Cole situation. There are a bunch of other fan tweets and stuff like that. But the one thing that really sticks out is Kendrick's lyrics on The Heart 4, I think it is. You know, I'll put those on the screen, but regardless, one of the things he said was you got till April 7th to straighten the fuck up or something like that. And that was directed at Big Sean, and that was like 7 years ago or something like that. That was a long time ago. Those lyrics, and even down to the April 7th, and J. Cole apologizing on April 7th, it's like, bruh, it just applies to this cat so much. It's like fortune telling, bro. It's like a fortune telling rap. It's like, bro, we got the softest shit. Man, listen, man. I don't get it. I really don't get it. I really do not get it, bro. So now that we got that out the way, the one thing I want to get into before we just really get on Cole is, why are these niggas afraid of Kendrick? What is it about Kendrick that niggas are terrified of? And don't tell me that it's just, bruh. I'm going to tell you something about Cole real quick. Because Cole said he had trouble sleeping because of this. He said he had trouble sleeping because he dissed a rapper. This is the question that I got to ask. Did he have trouble sleeping when he made that song about Lil Pump and all the, Lil Yachty type rappers and stuff? Did he have trouble sleeping then? Did he have trouble sleeping when he was throwing shots at Wale and Kanye? I never heard about him having trouble sleeping. Now, as far as him saying, in an apology, like 10 years ago, I was moving crazy and stuff like that. Yeah, that could have probably inspired him getting to a peaceful part, but, even then with all of the, when he did those bars that were about NBA Youngboy and stuff like that, but then said that they weren't in the next song, between that time when NBA Youngboy thought he was dissing him. And he knew in his heart, let him tell it, that he didn't diss NBA Youngboy, but NBA Youngboy dissed him back. Like, or matter of fact, I don't think, yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Did he lose sleep? Because he said he just been sleeping good all the way up until now. Did he lose sleep when NBA Youngboy was on his neck because of bars that he thought was directed at him? Did he lose sleep when he had the stuff going on with No Name and he did a reply, a record reply to, I'm pretty sure it was Tweets. I don't think she came out with the first diss. I can't remember. I got a video about that, when I started this channel. Years ago, like 3 years ago, but did he lose sleep then? No. So if you want to sit here, because people try to say like, oh, in the last video, like, oh, you sound like a Kendrick fan. I'm not a bruh. I'm not a big fan of any of these dudes, bruh. I don't know if you could tell by my voice, but I'm in my 30s. I'm not no super fan. I'm not about to buy no tickets. I don't think none of these dudes is a messiah. I'm not a stan. Like, I know that some of you guys who be in the comments, like I know some of y'all, really love the taste of other rappers' nuts and like you're really big fans of these people and they can't do any wrong to you. There are some of us, and some of them be in the comments as well, who don't have a crazy bias towards any of these people. We just like rap. We just like music. We just listen to this, bro. Like, yeah, we might like Cole and Kendrick, but it's not to the point where I'm just gonna let me just shoot this cat bail. No. We call spade a spade. That's what some of us do. Just because you aren't capable of that and you think any opinion going against the rapper that you love is coming from a place of, oh, he must love the other rapper. That's not what's going on. So I say all that to say everything I said about the sleep and stuff like that, it's not coming from a Kendrick fan place or nothing like that. I'm sure he slept well through all of that because he said he's been sleeping well for the past 10 years and stuff like that. So if he's losing sleep over dissing Kendrick, it's safe to assume there's some fear there. It's something there that's giving him X. And it's not because of his love for Kendrick. It's not. I don't buy that shit. So it leads me to the question that I asked a couple minutes ago. Why are these guys afraid of Kendrick? Who are these guys? Cole, just get that out the way. Cole, terrified. I don't know what he must have had a nightmare. I don't know, man. Just terrified. But then you got Buddy Big Sean. We know what happened with Big Sean around Damn. You know the thing about both of these rappers? You know the thing about both of them? Big Sean Once he came back out on the scene, because he had disappeared for a minute, sometime after Damn and sometime after his project that he dropped around that time, he had disappeared for some time. And he said, he was going through some real mental health issues and stuff like that. So he had to get right. And who knows what was going on in his life. Bless him, man. Wish him nothing but the best, man. Hope everything is good today. But this is hip hop. This is hip hop. We know what it is. That Buddy came for you. We know that your girl is in like LA and all that stuff. Like whatever. Even then, you threw a couple stones. Before Kendrick went and did all of that. And really, if you remember very clear, that was his response to Control. Like he did some, like, his diss towards Kendrick was a response to Control. And Kendrick, he already had whatever he had going on with Drake. But, when it came to Sean, he took that more personal, went in a lot more. Now, as far as me saying they have that in common, when you look at Cole, it sat kind of funny on his spirit. It didn't sit right on his spirit, this beef and this diss track and stuff like that. And when you look at Big Sean, he came back and said he was having mental health problems. Now, what is going, like, bruh, this would have never, bruh, Cannabis would have never been like, bruh, like, man, it was, I shot into a deep depression and like, you don't hear oh man, the reason that we didn't respond to Ice Cube as far as, NWA when he dropped No Vaseline, man, I was mentally going through a lot, man. My cars had exploded 3 days before. Like, you don't hear rappers from the 90s talking about, oh, my mental health, like, bruh. And it's like, I don't want to shit on men as far as, him having the shit sit bad on his spirit, because Cole, I could shit on him for that in the whole sleep shit. But when it comes to Big Sean, he sounded like he had more going on outside of rap or outside of even just the Kendrick beef. So I don't really want to shit on him and what he has going on as far as mental health, because mental health is very important and things like that. But when we talk about this beef and just rap battling and like, and the thing I understand, there are real consequences that come with it, and you got to begin to move a certain way and stuff like that. And it really does take away from your peace and stuff like that. But Kendrick, when you look at it, think about this. You got people like Fredo Bang and NBA Youngboy from the same city, not the most lyrical rappers, going at it, and people could actually die. Or matter of fact, let's not even do that. I mean, go look at some Trap Lore Raw shit or something. Allegedly, people have already died due to the things that they have going on as far as the rap beef and stuff like that. You have people like Quando Rondo, which is not the best example, but he's jumped out the window doing disses and stuff like that, as far as other rappers and stuff like that. King Von and the other people from 63rd, like FBG Duck and stuff like that. Rest in peace to both of them. Like, they jumped out the window and stuff like that. Now, what they do, this is the thing about it. And you could even go to Young and Ace. I remember listening to Young and Ace when he was just doing like the pain type stuff. And then like just something happened. Because, Jacksonville, they've been like Julio Fulio is like a drill rapper and stuff like that. They been had that type of stuff going on, but I never knew him for that. And then he just started, Who We Smoke came out and he just got on that drill type shit. Like, so when you look at this, the street rappers, like the really street rappers, first off, they would never say nothing like what those two said. And number two, what they are engaging in, because these being that they're street rap, is far more deadly than a rap. Because I know you got Chubbs and the other OVO goons and stuff like that saying, we'll put the shit out, pussy, and like they turn it up and stuff like that. But Pusha T, you seen Pusha T tweet the other day, like they didn't lay a fingernail on him. And he's been to Toronto and stuff like that. They haven't ran into him or nothing like that. Pusha T lives just fine. So beefing with these non-street rappers and stuff like that, it's not the most dangerous thing, and it's not as dangerous as, the shit that the actual gangster rappers engage in. It's definitely not as crazy as what they engage in. Yet the gangster rappers dive into that shit face first. They don't care. They don't even have bars for real. As far as like, I'm not talking about any of the people I named specifically, but if you look at just all of the like drill from the UK to Jacksonville to Chicago to, LA to St. Louis, Memphis, and just anywhere where that stuff is going on in New York, where all of the people are, they not kicking the most, they not focused on kicking the most lyrical stuff. They not focused on giving you crazy punchlines. It's really just them trying to say highly disrespectful, personal stuff. That's what they're focused on. And it can really put them in bad or deadly situations, yet they still dive face first into it. And I don't advocate for it at all. I don't like it, but I'm drawing a contrast. Why? Like, I cannot see beefing with Kendrick being as dangerous as beefing with some of these gangster drill rappers. I just can't. I just can't. I understand that he is in LA. I understand that LA is a major rap city, entertainment city that a lot of people got to touch down to. I understand that. I mentioned Quando Rondo. I know that he had like, the 60 stuff going on and all that, or, the rolling 60 stuff where he was trying to check in and it was all types of stuff going on. And one of his people got killed while he was out there and stuff like that. So I understand when it comes to the LA stuff, it gets crazy, just LA in general. So I understand that. I understand Kendricks, affiliation as far as Compton and Bloods and all of that stuff. But, is that what it is? Is that what it is? Because I look at it personally like, yes, there is, even when you beef with MC Hammer pulled up on Redman with the goons and stuff like that. So I understand rap beef is just not all kosher all the time. But is that why these guys are scared? That's not a narrative you're going to hear anybody pitch. It's not something you're going to hear somebody talk about, but I understand that when it comes to rap beef, even with the friendly rappers, you got to look at it. It's never, even way back in it's never really been just rap. Once everything got outside of the New York block party type stuff and all of that, it became serious. It became more serious, even early. So you just have that. So like you look at somebody like Russ. Russ is not even somebody you would look at as a dangerous rapper because he doesn't have subject matter where he's talking about drilling and killing people and stuff like that. But you look at somebody like Smoke Perp. Smoke Perp be talking that gangster shit sometimes. And guess what? The non-gangster had bodyguard big goons run and beat up, Smoke Perp and Rolling Loud. That's what they had happen. So I get it. It can get wicked. It can get dangerous. You be on the same bill at a festival with these people. It can get wicked. But we'll just leave that point there. It's something that because so let's say that, okay, if that's it, okay, I get it. But let's say that's not it. Let's say they not worried about no danger. What I'm saying is ridiculous. So y'all this deep into y'all careers and y'all think he can end your career? You think he can end your career with a verse or a song? You really think he could take you out like that? Fam, if you look at Drake, because like the whole thing with this whole beef stuff, like people, it's a myth because when you look at somebody like Ja Rule, people think 50 Cent just flat out ended his career. No, he made the wrong moves as far as some of his singles and stuff like that. and he was on a downward decline and stuff like that. That's just what it was. He didn't have the juice when it came to singles anymore and stuff like that. If he had stayed in his lane and kept doing the Ashanti thing, he would have been good. But he decided to do more street stuff like New York and Clapback. Like, and those weren't the things to do, honestly, even though New York was a good single. We're in the time of the internet era. This is not back then. Nobody is getting their career ended by a diss. Drake, even though, and I always say Duppy was a good diss, but Pusha T won the war and the battle with, the Addy Dawn joint. Drake is still flourishing. Drake is still fucking up the charts. Drake is still #1. So I really don't get what the fear is. I really don't. Now, I know I've ran it for a long time, and this is a 20-minute video, but we got to get into Cole, and I'm going to wrap it up real soon, man. I just, like, I feel like when I look at this, and I look at some other things that I won't get into, I feel like hip-hop has been left in bad hands. I understand times are changing. I understand things are getting more sensitive. I understand cancel culture is out here. I understand cats want to get a bag. I understand, these guys are regular guys, not gangsters and stuff like that. But when a guy comes at you, when a rapper comes at you and he disses you, and you have been talking this top 5, not the 1, not the 2, not the 3, but the 1, the only one, when you've been talking all that shit, and a nigga decides to come out and hit you after all this shit you've been talking and all these records for years about how good you is, how better you is than these imaginary opponents and stuff like that. Because that's how you choose to rap. You don't rap. Y'all gonna shoot him all types of bail. Like, Cole doesn't rap just peace all the time. No, Cole talks his shit about how good of a rapper he is, how he slays rappers. The nigga called himself the Reaper. They seen a picture of the Reaper. Like, he said that about himself on that joint he did with Lil Yachty. Like, this is how he talks about himself. But when he gets on stage, it's like peace, love, positivity. Like, bruh, that's not what that's not what's in the raps. Grim Reaper is not peace, love, and positivity. That's shit talking. That's ego. That's boastful. That's hip fucking hop. So when you do that, when that's what you do, that's one of your bread and butters. You've been doing that since we heard you on mixtapes. And you do that still to this day. You did it on First Person Shooter. A nigga comes and shoots a shot at you. You get riled up for whatever reason. You shoot a shot back. You did what you were supposed to do, even though that shit was weak. You did what you were supposed to do. You defended yourself lyrically. Now, it's sitting bad on your spirit, and then you apologize like you are fucking weak. I know some of y'all is going to say, man, this cat is mature, and, y'all going to say all types of shit. Y'all going to make all types of narratives, man. You got to be a soulful individual to understand what he did. Fuck you. Fuck you. It's that simple. Fuck you. If you shoot him bail on this shit, shut up. Just shut up. Like, get the fuck out of here, man, because at the end of the day, that shit, like, you look at who he is and what he does. I already explained that he does the shit talk, I'm better than you rap. And a nigga takes a shot at you and you respond back and you feel the need to apologize. You are not that guy. You are not that guy. You are actually an embarrassment to the genre because I have never seen this happen in my life. I've never said, like, look, I'll give you one example. This is the only example I could think of. Ludacris did a subliminal diss where he said no names and there was nothing indicating that there was a beef, but it was supposed to be directed at Rick Ross or Jeezy, more than likely Rick Ross. For whatever reason, When he got in like Vibe magazine and they asked him about that song, he said the song was about nobody. So that's the first time and one of the only times I can think of where a nigga copped a plea after dropping a diss. A nigga copped a plea after dropping a diss. But the thing about that is it wasn't this big build up. Rick Ross didn't say something about him first. It just wasn't the same. He didn't go on stage and do it. He just said it in a magazine where it was quotes of a sentence. There's not even audio of what I'm talking about out there. So it's completely different. This is far like bruh, if you ever seen this in hip hop, tell me. And I'm going to tell you 9 times out of 10, you're going to be wrong. Because the criteria would be a person gets dissed. Matter of fact, no. A person gets dissed. They respond with a diss. Then they apologize. The one incident I could say probably, but I think he just started. I've seen a rapper apologize. I'm not going to say his name. Matter of fact, why not? JoJo Simmons, man, he got hemmed up and stuff like that, for a diss that he did towards Jewels. I don't think Jewels started it. I cannot remember. But, with that being said, that happened. Yeah, and even then, I don't blame him for that. I don't blame him for apologizing in that situation because the situation had got violent. I can also think of Joe Budden versus Ransom and stuff like that when Joe decided to go to the block and try and, get on Ransom and everything. And this is after both of them did disses. And then, after he went to, pull up on the block on Ransom with a bunch of goons and stuff like that, Ransom went to his man's door and, smacked him and stuff like that. The footage is on Vlad TV. They sat down, over 10 years later, I'm pretty sure, and had a discussion about it long after that. The beef was squashed and all that stuff. Everything is Gucci. But at the time, after, Ransom went to, the dude's man shit, Ransom went to one of Joe Budden's man's crib, and all of that happened. That's when Joe let out a video, and I can't remember the video, but he said basically something along the lines of, I made some missteps. He might not apologize to Ransom, but he basically said, we're going to stop this here because I don't want this to escalate any further. Somebody got hurt. Even though, him pulling up on Ransom was crazy, but, and it's all hindsight. It's all, they squashed all of this, but Joe Budden apologizing in that situation or maybe not even apologizing, making a video to say pretty much we're stopping this here, whatever he did. Even then, it's the same thing as the JoJo Simmons shit. I don't really blame him for that because it transcended rap, even though he took it past rap by going to dude's block. That's a whole different conversation. That's not even a rap conversation, if we being honest. But I have to bring that up because it's because of 2 rappers beefing and there's somewhat of an apology in there. Anything you can think of is not going to look like this. There's no violence. There wasn't a threat of violence. It's just a guy responding to a diss record and then copping pleas on stage in front of all his fans. And I just can't, like, bro, and this is the thing, I'm going to end it here. If you're going to be Mr. Peace, Love, and Positivity, your shit should start sounding more like Chance the Rapper shit. We shouldn't be hearing you talk about no top 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We shouldn't hear that no more. We shouldn't hear no, I'm better than you, because that's what you do. That's what you've been doing the whole time. I don't want to hear no what DeVille is this, and DeVille is so dangerous, and DeVille made me, akin to danger, because no, it didn't. Shout out to DeVille. Had nothing against DeVille, but whatever effect you said it had on you on that diss, it didn't have it on you because you fucking apologize. You apologize for defending yourself in a rap beef. So you You, J. Cole, are not cut like that. You are not cut like that. And that's okay. That's okay. It's not okay that you did all this because you didn't recognize that you weren't cut like that. That's where the issue is. You didn't recognize that you're not cut like that. And you didn't know yourself. You didn't know yourself. So now that you know yourself, this is what you need to do. You need to get more alignment with that. I want to hear some Tribe Called Quest, Jiggy, booty shaking raps from you, dog. I want to hear that. I want to hear some shit. You trying to make the poetry bitches shake their butt now. I want to hear that, bro. I want to hear some peaceful ass shit from you. I want to hear that motherfucking, what is it, 48 hertz or something like that? I want to hear that shit. The binaural beats. You got to be putting that type of shit out. You got to be putting out some more fold clothes, I love my wife type shit. Because this shit, this I'm better than you shit, this, oh, nigga, the click, clack, bang, G money, standing over you crying because I'm about to blow your brains. No, that's not you. That's not, even metaphorically, that's not you. Because if you was Nino Brown, what you did was you cried and let G Money live, and G Money is about to smoke your ass. I'm done.